he never thought he'd forgive me for what I did. He said, but now I do.
That's cool.
Respect you for coming back, and you're good for the sport.
Sit up. We're gonna put our stuff down over here. What do you want?
How was the run?
I got carried, I'll be honest.
You got what?
I got carried.
Oh.
Yeah. My team is awesome.
Figuratively or literally?
Kind of, both. A little bit. Their spirits carried me all the way through.
Okay.
Got second place.
Oh. You're still on a team that came second.
Exactly. That's my best run finish so far.
So do you have to do everyone's swim now to make up for it?
I owe them 5 good workouts. That's for sure.
Who's going to do the shouting on the worm?
I think I am.
So you're the captain?
Absolutely.
If I ask Jason, will he say he's a captain?
No. He knows this place.
I still think if I ask him, he'll say he's a captain.
Oh, really? Jason.
Jason, who's the captain of the team?
That one.
Wow, I'm actually shocked he said that.
Well, that's only because he has to handle all the briefs and information and stuff.
The important decisions.
Literally nothing. Literally nothing else besides that.
So he's the administrative captain.
Yeah, he tells me where I need to be at what time.
Okay. So you're his agent.
No, I don't babysit him.
I hear you won a run.
Won the run? Yeah.
You personally?
In my team too, yeah.
But you personally, more importantly.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck the team.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, yeah, well done, Willie.
Yeah. No, I got to get around the boys. But yeah, good start. I think it was only like 10 seconds apparently, but yeah, I heard Ricky got a ridiculous time to make up for an anchor. So
yeah, and he's been resting the last couple of days as well. So
yeah, well,
about time he did something.
Yeah, that's true.
How you feel about the swim?
Pretty good, man. Like I'm hearing things like the swim's pretty short, so it might be that the swim person ends up waiting for the people on the burpees.
I've seen that.
Which is if that's the case, because I think it's a different division on at the moment. But hopefully they make the swim longer. Otherwise, yeah, it does change a lot of things.
And you guys were practicing on the worm yesterday, yeah?
Yeah.
How was that?
Good. Yeah, we
Who's the weak link on the worm?
Oh, well, we didn't really do like a proper workout with it, so that's really still to be determined. But
Who's shouting? Who's the team captain?
Justin, I think he's taking charge on it. Yeah. So that'd be cool. Yeah.
He's got the qualifications.
Yeah, I mean, I trust that. So no, it'll be fun, man. I haven't used the worm since I was in a team at the games like in 2018, so sort of bringing back some memories, and it's pretty fun.
Alright, man.
Good to see you.
You too, man.
How are you?
Well, you know.
How was your jog?
It was alright. You know, I could tell I haven't been running. That's the simple way to put it. But we all stayed close together the whole time. Like,
was it
we were within like seconds of each other.
A windy?
Yeah, windy, up and over like little ramp. Like, it would have been a lot of fun on a bike, like if you were on a bike. But it was pretty cool.
How are you feeling about this, the worm and stuff?
Yeah. Like swimming.
Do you use the worm much?
No, we have one, but I don't use it because I don't go team.
You've done team here before, no?
Yeah.
With Noah and Chandler? No? Yeah.
And then I got like.
But they ditched you this year.
Had showers or whatever. Should eat wine. I was curious. Was it a nice feeling to finish ahead of Roman after the recent things that have been said in the media?
Not too old to go 5-1 against old Roman this weekend, but yeah, of course it is. That's the way it is, though. That's why it's hard to talk shit like that. Everybody's gonna have a bad day. So, you know.
You don't seem to have too many of them anymore, though.
Oh, I have plenty of bad days or bad things. So I think you gotta look back. But I don't know. It's good. It was nice. Felt a little vindicated.
Do you think about that, like, without being
not during? I mean, like Roman was winning the games for most of the games too. So if you're in the lane next to him, like you know that's a good contender to challenge against, right? Yeah. So yeah, like same as way you want to beat Brent or Ricky or any of the guys that you have earmarked as being the top guys. So it's just also given the workouts, sometimes you know like where people are going to be stronger or weaker. So take your swings when you get them, but yeah. They all
feel swing you have to hit.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, you can crash and burn around here, but yeah, it feels good. Of course it feels good.
Does it feel different, or does it affect you any differently, or annoy you any more, or anything, when it's an athlete that says something or a coach that says something instead of like a media person or an analyst or something?
Probably, yeah.
Like it's more personal.
Kind of. I think we spend more time together, and I also, no offense to analysts and you know, podcasters, but we don't expect you guys to know very much. We feel like a lot of times people say a lot of things, and the general consensus is you guys don't really know what's going on.
To be honest though, that kind of works in our favor, because if the bar is that low, I can just say whatever I want.
Yeah, and you do, and people do. So we kind of, that's really goes right through the ears, but you know, people who are actually in the trenches feel like they have a bit more of a grip on what's going on. So yeah, probably hits a little harder.
And is the aim to go 2 out of 2 now on team 2? Pass out Pixel and
we'll see.
Really rub salt in the wounds.
It's going to be fun. I mean, we didn't have a real strong showing this morning on the run, but we'll see. It's a long week. It's a long weekend. But yeah, of course. We want to finish as high as we can. We had a Pat Vellner start, so now we have to have a Pat Vellner finish.
We're all used to it.
We have them right where we want them.
Unsuspecting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, complacent.
Yeah.
And you guys obviously have to do some heavy lifting because he was busy the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we had some heavy lifting, but it's okay.
I meant like metaphorically.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I wish we had a barbell too that was heavy.
I think he's calling me heavy.
Yeah, he did call you though. I don't know, how much you weigh? I don't know.
It's the holidays. I haven't been weighing myself. I haven't weighing myself. You crazy?
Holidays, and that was a bad decision. It was the heaviest I'm
I don't want to know.
But
It's trouble.
how are you?
How are you, mate? You good?
Good. Your hands are freezing. What the fuck?
Are they?
Yeah.
How'd you know? I only went like that.
Yeah, but you can feel it.
Cold?
Yeah. Ice through the veins.
Yeah. Ice man.
How's the body?
Yeah, it's alright. It's been worse.
Was it hard, like peeling yourself out of bed this morning, being like, all right, go again?
Yeah, well, that part actually was alright. It was more like after the run and like as the day went on.
Was your intention always to do a ridiculous pace on the run?
Nah, just kind of.
You just ran and didn't make it
ran
up.
it, yeah. Could have went harder if there was people there pushing me, but just kind of ran it at my pace.
Do you know what your time was? Yours personally? Like?
21:13.
And what was Jay was ahead of you? Just
Who?
Jay, or were you ahead of Jay?
Nah, I was ahead of Jay. I think he was, I don't know, 22.
Yours is the fastest time then?
20 or something. Yeah.
Nice.
The closest I know is like a younger, like not a younger guy, like a guy that's not high level, but he does like high rocks and stuff.
Okay.
He messaged me, like, asked him what I got. He's like, damn, you fucker. He got 21:40.
That's fast even just for a normal 5K now.
Yeah. It's pretty quick considering like
Turns and
the
stuff.
route, yeah.
What's your intention with this next one now? Are you going to let the boys kind of do a bit more of the...
Yeah, not too sure, man, to be honest. Hopefully the worm's not too heavy and just have a bit of fun.
Are you able to like, do you have it in you to like pace things, not to just like
Yeah.
go like,
Yeah, I can definitely tone it back a bit.
but you don't intend on doing that?
Yeah. Just do whatever it takes to win, normally.
I'll just drag them along.
Yeah. That's the plan.
How are you getting on with the boys?
Yeah, good. It's good fun.
Have you guys tried that worm together yet? No, we need to go. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Just grip and rip.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Apparently
Let's
this
go.
worm here is way heavier than the one on the floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? Heavier?
Apparently this worm's way heavier than the one on the floor.
Really? That's good to know.
That was RX teams though.
Yeah.
They said
Oh, that's gonna be our worm though.
they'll swap
Because
the worms out there.
the RX teams had a 220 worm out there. We got 300.
I'll get we'll get a video of the heat worm.
We can go do something. I can activate again.
Yeah, if you hit some deads.
Fuck, give me 3 minutes, then we're gonna stop.
Grab a pair of dumbbells, hit some deads, hit some burpees, something to get that lower back warm.
Friendly other team guy. Friendly same team guy. Sure. Pretty easy. Last one.
Hey. Hey. How are you?
Hi, dude.
Good to see you.
You too.
You better get used to doing those together, I guess.
Yes, sir. That's the plan. Don't they already look pretty good?
They do look good.
So we're just gonna show up at the games and no practice in between.
Yeah. Congrats on the rod deal.
Thank you, man.
It's cool, man.
See you rocking them.
They're the best shoe.
Yeah, I agree. They're a cool brand. And also very functional and fantastic.
It's the only shoe that I have ever worn that I'm never like, oh god, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's always a good sign.
I've loved them for training, and then they came out the runner. I did a run in them after the games, and I was like, oh, wow, these are great. I didn't feel anything the whole time. I was floating.
Maybe I saw you.
Anyway,
it didn't have that impact on my running.
Ah, okay. You must have had the wrong.
That might be a fitness thing.
Size,
well.
no, you were just like a size maybe too tight or something. Yeah.
Oh, no. I know, right?
It's gonna happen. You can't skip that contact. You can't just go overhead to the ground. So it's gotta brush. Yeah, it's gotta make contact. And then also when you open up, so when you reverse pivot, don't reverse. You get that on camera, bro? Whoa. You didn't get mine on camera. See this?
This is your first call. Beat 28. RX Team Spin. Please report to your check-in intent.
Are you gaining confidence by watching them on the worm?
I don't know. I've watched Jason miss snatches at 225 and then hit 300 in the back, so warm-up area doesn't mean anything. We look good in the warm-up area, and we could go out there and frickin' throw our worm into the water. Who knows?
That's probably a no rep, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Don't put that footage in you.
They should go 30 unbroken. That's my opinion.
Yeah. That's what I told him not to do.
Thank you.
Drop my name.
That's your weather, the Irish weather. You bring that with you.
Were you here on Thursday?
Yeah.
Well, on Thursday we were walking around and it was miserable, and it's quite pleasant actually.
It is.
Said, what?
I don't think it's
compared to like.
I know people say it, but just so we're clear, meteorologically, I don't think it's possible for me to actually bring weather around.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
You're a god, half god. That's why.
Yeah.
Royce. Do my whole man.
Are you guys going to wear hats?
Gonna wear hats? No.
Swim hats?
Oh, no. I never do. It's like at the Fightful.
Hey, me and Royce are married. We don't wear caps anymore. Ain't that right? So we don't wear caps.
Hello, Jimothy.
I'm just critiquing everyone's worm form because I have become a worm pro.
In the last 10 minutes?
In the last 10 minutes. That's all it takes, baby.
You're very vocal with your team.
Team Prodigy, baby. I gotta be. I got a lot of voice.
Well, you're very vocal, but you're also calling Ben the captain, so...
I am. He's fresher than I am.
So you're going to undercut him?
No. I'm the vocal captain. He's the team captain.
Differences. You're the figurative captain. He's the literal captain.
Exactly.
Yeah, you put the American flag on our team, and we're both Canadian. Come on, all my friends were mad.
We're in America, though, bro.
Yeah, but we are not.
Our team photo is James' graduation photo.
That's hilarious. I didn't even realize that. Hey, once you guys pay up, I mean, I might be able to change it. But right now, I'm $1,200 in the hole. So.
Oh, $1,200.
$1,200.
That's not true. You're not in the hole for your own registration.
No, I know, but I'm still owed money from you, and you stole $2,000 from me last night. So. I'm a little angry.
Is that he stole or you lost?
I lost.
Okay.
And I just like to say steal because it makes him feel bad.
Also, I'd argue maybe $1,000 because I can't handle someone else coming out.
No, but I would have beat you. It would have gave me. No, you're right. Frick.
I feel like Ben's like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
No, sorry, we'll stop arguing.
I'm just thankful that Ben isn't getting pissy because me and James are like we're gonna go and go as hard as we can, but
he's speaking for himself. I'm fresh.
No. I feel good, but I'm just not like mentally dialed in.
He's like, I'm ready to retire after that 5th place. That was the best competition of my life.
We had to do a 25-minute zone 2 to the run this morning. We showed up full set. We went to the wrong location.
Oh shit.
You went for the wrong spot, then ran to the spot like 25 minutes.
Oh yeah. No, we were very.
So you were 5k away from where the place was?
Probably 2.5 miles, close to 3. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it was bad.
Who's captain or captain?
He was the Uber captain. He was bad. We're all different captains.
We got called.
Oh no!
Go!
I just got a great shot of your dick for the vlog.
Got me.
How was that?
It's big, eh?
I'm gonna have to zoom in a lot. I need a bigger lens.
Oh, it's pretty tough, man.
Yeah.
Apparently I had the hardest part at the front of the worm.
Yeah, I think I heard Jason say that you were like, oh, I need a break.
Yeah.
And then Jason went up front. He's like, fuck, okay, yeah, I get it.
See why now?
Yeah. And you did like 50 of them as well.
50, yeah. When I did the 10 in the middle, I was like, oh, fuck. Push ups in the middle.
Did you ever do team after like individual or anything? That kind of stuff?
After that workout, I'm not doing team.
Honestly?
Ever.
Just because of the worm?
Because of the worm. Fuck that thing. Oh man. I mean, I'm sure if you spent more time on it, you'd figure out your rhythm, but
yeah.
We haven't done much worm together, and we haven't done much worm individually, so it's a little tricky. But we're figuring it out.
What's next after this? The wall walks one, is it?
Yeah, we'll walk. It's a push up.
How do you feel about that?
My upper body's pretty fatigued, to be honest.
From what?
I don't know, you tell me.
Carrying a check.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah, and
nah, that'd be right. At least there's like a rest station, one hold, one rest, one work.
Yeah.
And then
someone else.
2 skip, 1 rest, and then synchro barbell. The barbell's not too heavy, so
yeah,
it should be alright.
Do you feel pressure to hold up your end of the bargain, even though you've been competing and they haven't?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was feeling pretty fatigued out there, and just didn't want to let the boys down. So
you did well. Like first round, I was like, shit, they're in a bit of trouble here. There's a big, they're like behind. But you just gradually pulled people back in.
Pulled them in. Yeah, I think we just figured out the worm eventually. So
yeah,
I think if we had a bit more practice together, if I wasn't doing individual, we had a few days to practice, would have helped. But it's done now.
Yeah,
so it's gotta
not worth the $70,000 to practice the worm.
Fuck no.
When you are at an event like this and you know that the season is like fast approaching, you know, do you ever get a bit like, oh, jeez?
Very much so.
Really?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of guys that have a lot of fun doing this, but it's very much like a job for me. I think growing up around pro sports with my pops, like I didn't view this like it was a dream, you know, because but it was also like the only job I really knew that I saw somebody doing on a regular basis. So it's not like it's not super glamorous thing. It's going to be hard. Every year is hard. Your body hates you more every year. Like the competition gets tougher. It doesn't ever get easier or more fun. You just gotta try to dig deeper each year. And when you know how bad it hurts to dig deep, how bad it hurt to dig deep previously, like you know you're in for more hurt coming up. So that's not that awesome. But we also get a lot of really cool perks and stuff to where it's not like a bad job by any means, but you know you got to earn it.
So like, do you avoid saying that kind of stuff to people like Dallin or someone who's like maybe someone else other than Dallin who's like just coming in now? Would you ever?
I think a lot of guys have different attitudes on it, and like I wish I could. It's just what it is for me, and maybe it's like different on depending on level of talent or like how you approach the sport. Like I think something I've always envied about Noah is he's having so much fun with it, and I'm like, dude, I'm not having fun, but like. Maybe I've always hoped I could like try to absorb it, and hasn't worked yet. But maybe one of these years it will.
Do you enjoy moments though? Right?
Yeah, but I feel like it's like the Army. Like I was just talking to one of my old Army buddies. The Army's fun for the 2%. Like we were talking about how we missed hanging out with the guys and like that culture, but that's only 2% of it, right? Like 98% of it is maybe stuff that's not as fun, the paperwork or just missing time away from your family and stuff. So it's like the ratio is maybe not what I would choose, but it's again very worthwhile job and very grateful to have it.
Is it more enjoyable with Jessie as involved as she is now?
I think so too, because she's always having fun as well. Yeah. So like that kind of is toxic's the wrong word. Contagious, yeah.
Yeah.
My bad, not toxic. She's having a good time with it. That makes it's giving me some more energy with it on a day-to-day basis. You know, I'm like,
well, I get a lot of enjoyment out of watching it. That's
I appreciate you, man. I get a lot of enjoyment out of talking to you, so it goes both ways.
I feel like everybody's aware of this, and I think I was aware of it as well. But watching you come out of the water, I was struck by how large you are. I think because I'm used to seeing you like in isolation.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's a big guy. And then I saw you around other guys I consider big guys, and I was like, oh, he's fucking huge.
Yeah, I weighed myself when I got to Angela's house on the first day. 238 pounds. It's like 104 to 106 kilos. I can't remember the conversion properly.
Yeah. About a month ago, I was 104 kilos, but it was a very different 104 kilos.
Yeah. So the numbers on the scales, is it?
Yeah. How's the family?
Really good. Yeah, really good. Getting constant updates from Laurie back home. Taking the kids out to the park and stuff. They are starting to miss me. I got this heartbreaking text.
Oh, because it's like summer there now, right?
Yep, summer, yeah.
So, yeah.
I got this heartbreaking text a couple of days ago with my oldest, Jack. He's 6 and 6.5. And he was like missing data and just like having a bit of a meltdown. So it is really hard. Like, that's why kind of my mantra when it comes to these kind of comps and especially the games is to make it worth it. You know what I mean? Like, man, on those second set of burpees out there, still a little jet lag. Like we've only been in the States like 7-8 days, and you cross 15 time zones to get here, so you're a little jet lagged, and you feel it when you're out there. You're just not yourself. But I'm like hurting on these burpees. I'm telling myself like, got to make it worth it. Like don't quit. You got to push because they sacrifice so much to have me come over here. You know, it's hard on them, so got to make it worth it. As much fun as it is to come and do this stuff, I can't wait to get back.
And do you know what you're doing this year now?
Yeah, we're going team. We're going team again.
Who? You know who?
It's me, Christy, Marnie, and then we've got Jack Jeffrey.
Oh, that young kid.
Yeah.
He looks fucking good.
Yeah.
He looks really good.
Yeah, Swanee's, it was a good year last year, and I loved it. It's just a little harder to get him out as much to, and it's I mean, not that I'm not deciding for him, but it is a bigger sacrifice for him in terms of his business, and like it's hard for him to drive an hour and an hour back. Like he can make it happen because he owes us, but then he's taking time away from his family, his children. And I did see him talking the other day. His elbow's not quite right either, and like again, once again, I'm sure he would just do it. But I don't want to break him again because he feels like he needs to do it for us. It's like tough love, I guess, almost like trying to tell him like.
And you, Chrissy, and Zach train together very regularly as well.
Yeah, and Marnie, we're all at Torian. We're all there. So it's the most logical team, and we probably would have done it last year if not for the fact that Swanee was up for it, and so it was like we couldn't pass up the opportunity to be with to have Swanee. But otherwise, we would have done this team last year. So it's been a couple of years, you know, especially with Jack. It's been a couple of years in the making in terms of his development coming up. So. It's just about time to give him a chance, and could be Christie's last year. Nothing set in stone, but like she said on the Mayhem video, she's getting close to where she might be stepping away from competition, looking to have her own family. So one more time, we're going to make it worth as a team, and then I guess individuals are easier to do logistically. You know what I mean? Like you don't need everyone on the same page, but to get 4 people on board is harder to do. So you got to grab the way you can.
Well, Royce is a big boy, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
A large chap.
Some may say.
Do you like Royce?
He's alright.
Can't hear you.
I mean, the camera's on, so.
He won't watch this.
No, Royce is great.
He was saying that he's going team again.
Oh yeah.
Are you going team again?
Probably. No, yeah, I am. Me and Sam and Zoe are gonna run it back. Trade out just one girl. Gonna run it back.
Do you know who the girl is? Have you got your eye on someone?
Yes, we do know who it is going to be.
But you want some sort of official announcement, I'm guessing?
Not really, I guess. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, they're probably going to do some kind of video, so I'll just not say it yet.
That's fair.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it'll make it a little cooler, I guess.
Yeah. I don't want to steal anyone's thunder. Are you a genuine late addition to this, or did you know that?
There was like a small chance someone had came into the competition with a
niggle,
strained calf.
Okay.
Parker, Luke, and he's like, hey, like.
Because he was individual too,
he was
right?
Individual, yeah. So he called me right before I left, and I was packing my bag. He's like, hey, just like throw your stuff in just in case. And sure enough, Luke ended up needing somebody, and then Matthews Nick Matthews on our 5K this morning tweaked his ankle running, so we weren't able to take the last one. So tonight, they're gonna let us go out and take on this workout since it's the only one that can really be done with 2 people. And we're gonna just do this for fun and go out and have a little fun.
So you're just 2 you're going out on your own?
Yeah, so we'll do the handstand push-ups, double unders, and we'll get on the 2 heavier bars and see if we can mix things up with these guys, have a little fun.
So you going to Miami for a little break has turned into you taking on 2/3 of a workout.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 on the day. I mean, I gotta work out too.
It's kind of like Indiana Jones grabbing his hat one last time. It's just like, oh, if you twist my arm, I guess
you know. Flacco was out playing football with his kids when he got the call.
I assume you're going to win because you got to rest.
That's what anyone will say that we beat.
Yeah. There's only 2 of them. Yeah, but they didn't.
They did all the same work though. No, I guess they could say we didn't do the 135-pound bar. That might take it might take a minute if we had to do all 3 bars. So it'll be fun.
You did Masters last year.
I did.
Are you gonna do that again, do you think?
I don't know.
Is it different now that it's not?
Yeah, it's a little different. It's not even that. It was just wasn't quite the experience I was hoping it was going to be.
What were you hoping it was going to be?
A little more like the year before.
Okay.
Like it seemed like they did a really great job programming and thinking out like what these guys were going to take on with some new challenging implements with the the P bars and mixing modalities. And our event just I think we had we had a lift, a 5K, all the gymnastics was in one movement. So it's like and that makes up half of your events, and they're kind of like single modalities in a sense, or gymnastics chipper, I guess you could say. It's like a little disappointing when you train all year long to like get on some of the fun implements, but it's tough. I knew it wasn't going to replace what individual was like, but I had hoped that.
Would you ever do that again?
No.
Just even to see like. No.
This right here. Yeah. This is not individual, but.
Well, it's turned into a paired comp.
Kind of paired, yeah. Let's go.
Good. Okay.
You made those look really light then.
You're hang clean. I'm hang clean right here. Yep. You're hang clean. 9. So Jack, calling out.
Ready? Wait. Well, should I call for the deadlift?
Call for the no, because we're doing hang power clean.
Well, I know, but we gotta start with the deadlift.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. So deadlift, hang power. Yeah. So it will naturally happen. Just when we switch bars, because I'm gonna step up when we have.
So our last set of deadlifts will only be 5.
It'll be 1. Because we're gonna go.
So my
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I'm at the set before. No, we're not doing 9 deadlifts.
Last set of deadlifts 5. 6. Yeah. 6. And then the last set is gonna be 5, and we'll do a single.
Good. I'll do double, I'll do 2 goes.
Less stressful when it's not chest.
I would say it's less stressful because it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter right now. It's teams, it's Wodapalooza, it's all for fun, learning. So, like even last year when Jeff was competing, it was not stressful.
Yeah.
I always want them to do well, but Wodapalooza is just a very different vibe. So, Ben gets the semis, which he should, and makes it to the games, then it'll be just as stressful as Jeff.
Have you thought about what you'd do if the 2 of them make it to the games and what you'd do?
I program everything for Ben, but like last year at semis, he has his own like handler.
Okay.
So somebody that's there to keep him on schedule, make his shakes. Like they know how to warm up at this point. They know how to take care of their body. So it's really like you need someone to take care of all the other little things, which is what like I'll do for Jeff.
Would they be the same semi-final?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that makes it very easy. So we can, we prep all that, game plan, all of that. But I don't think that it would be fair for either to try and do both.
Yeah.
Because like if they're in different heats and I can't be there from the same heat, like it'd be way too overwhelming. So I definitely think you need your own coach, like someone that is just there to do.
Even if it's just like a Sherpa type role. Like,
yeah. We're there to do their bidding. Yeah. They've done all the work leading up to it. Yeah. So like you're really there to like listen.
And if you're there already, it's not a big deal for you to say, hey, maybe do this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But Jeff is a priority. on a selfish, like,
I mean,
matrimonial type way, he has to be the priority. Right?
it's a different type of investment.
Yeah.
Like, it's just very different. So I wouldn't say like Jeff is more of a priority. I think it's just like it's on a different level.
Vibe blowing at the J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the Benz jumping at the bay. Vibe blowing at my J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the Benz jumping at the bay. Another milestone, look at that. Paper boy, got my paper route till I'm 6 down on my back. I'm an old soul like my dad. My old girl's still a fan. And yo girl at the live show, so don't act like I ain't the man. I'm kicking my feet up, get frank like Aretha. I'm calm, but I'm teed up, just flip me a stack. The re-up just doubled up off of the muscle, I stuck to the task. They see me, I'm troubled, I'm bubbling up till it's stuck. And they want me to stay where I'm at. I'm good everywhere that I'm stepping, my presence is crucial. You know that.
I told everybody this, but we probably did 400 double unders. Everyone was doing wall walks like this, basically 6 inches apart on their thumbs. And then at one point me and Jason just started laughing. And then Jason and Ricky did a huge set of double unders. And I was like, they're just gonna go. Like, I'll just wait, it's my turn. They finish, and the judge says, 89. And they were going for like a minute 20.
The JR disowned us.
No, he's up here.
The Daddy JR disowned his child.
Do you think he disappointed him?
Yeah.
Were you able to like do a wall walk with the bar?
Dude, it was so. What bar? The bar in front of me?
Upright, like.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you have to go to one side?
No, it was just bad because of the rain. I mean, it was so bad. It was, dude, whenever you started doing wall walks, I was like, dude, he's gonna tear something in his shoulder. Dude, it was like, yeah. I was like, dude, like, any minute now that shoulder girdle is about to do.
What tits already? Fucking sore. Was it just us? We're the only one with the wet lane. We tried, yeah.
Oh man. Well,
I think we just moved the water. I think it was still wet.
I was doing,
Spread it.
I was doing close grip wall walks. Because there was a beam on the ground that was like dry because all the water was like just dripping off of it. So like, doing a normal wall walk was impossible. It felt like. So I was just like on the dry spot.
Like an inch walk.
Taking like 10 steps.
Hey, you gotta. You're good. I was just saying. You got a shot
It ain't over, baby. It ain't over.
I'm pretty sure Justin
TYR
said
Wodapalooza?
over say, give us a high five.
I saw how.
Justin came over. You know, I think that was a bit of a dig. He was done for a while.
Yeah.
Do you eat like a pig now tonight?
Yeah, try.
What do you eat? What's your go-to?
Just there's a cafe down here, Carrot Express. They do like burger bowls and healthy burgers.
So you wouldn't eat like, I know Jason's fond of like Five Guys, you wouldn't get a Five Guys now?
Nah. I feel like it hinders my recovery.
I feel like you just lost a bit of respect from what I said.
Stay healthy.
You glanced over at him like, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Let me down.
Eat your Five Guys, bro. I'm getting healthy burgers.
How's the weekend going for a Heat 1?
It's going great.
Sorry?
It's going great.
You just you just need to speak up for the camera.
Okay. You can go fuck yourself.
Then I go to you? Yeah, so pretend.
Spørsmålet er jo kanskje om du må nummer 2 da, på siste sandbagen. Nei, om du må nummer 3 på siste sandbagen.
Is this experience of being on a team making you long for the team competition again, or are you satisfied with your individual decision?
No, I'm satisfied with the individual decision.
Is it making you more satisfied with your individual decision?
No, like I set out to win the games. That was my goal when I first started CrossFit, and I did that. So I need a new goal. So individual is it, and I want a podium one day. So just gonna work towards that and see how long it takes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How's stuff going since you joined Mayhem? Is it fun?
Yeah, it's good. It's very, very focused there. There's not really much to do, which is good. So I'm just dialing in a little bit more. And then obviously training with Roman, like he's very, very intense on each training session, which is good for me. So yeah, it's really good. I'm liking it a lot.
So he's obviously like in contention to win the games. Like that's his thing. Training, when you started training with him, was there any moments where you were like, oh shit, okay, like this is different, this is more than I thought, or harder than I thought? Or
I mean, definitely, yeah. When I got there, it's just the intensity and the focus he has for each session. Not to say I didn't have that intensity or focus, but it's just in the transitions between each workout, like he has a certain amount of rest. He goes a little bit faster on those than I would back then. So yeah, it's just like something I needed to adapt, but it's been a really good adaptation throughout the last couple weeks, and I'm excited for the season.
Hey, I heard you went for a dip yesterday.
I got to go for a dip. The dip was awesome, everything else was horrendous.
I was just thinking of everything that happened yesterday. If I was to be called up for anything, that's the one that I'd be like, nah, it's okay.
Really?
The worm, just that volume of burpees and cleans and everything else.
If I could have picked one, it'd probably be the trail run, because I've been running a lot, but outside of that, that's the one I would pick of all weekend.
Wow, okay.
I love swimming. I like worm clean jerk. I haven't been doing burpees, so those are awful.
You don't like slip and slide? You didn't want to do the last one, though?
Actually, I would have done that one, but Crone's pet could handle that. So I could have just handstand hold, found double unders, and I could have 135.
So Logan injured himself on the run. You stepped in for the swim. Alex stepped in for the. So who? Rich for this one? Who's coming in for this one?
We're flying them in. Yeah, you never know who's coming for the next one. The roster's being depleted. We're on the injury reserve, so.
Yeah. It's like the first team of 9 to do Wodapalooza.
I know. How many people can get on one team?
Yeah.
Like Saxon and Spencer did there, or Spencer and Scott did 2-man team on one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool Wodapalooza to do that. It will be DNF'd like we should, but might as well let them get out there and work out, fill a lane, and let people. Stefan came all the way from Canada for 2 days just for this, so we want to let him work out. But it was a lot of fun. It was.
So is Alex going to do the rest of the weekend then?
Yeah, I think so. And they'll just, this workout's fine for them. I think the next one's bike snatches. You can't like do this or this. So the bar muscle-ups, they're just going to try and like Stefan and Jack do all of them, all the bar muscle-ups and chest bar.
Okay.
So they'll do way more, and then Corone can do the thrusters.
Okay, yeah.
Let them compete and get out there.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy doing that one, like being out competing?
Yeah, that's fun. I never compete. I've never done Wodapalooza anything ever, and may never again. But I mean,
you ever competed on anything?
Not Wodapalooza. I did like or regional teams back in the day. I did a few teams. So the worm was like, it was kind of familiar. But I mean, I don't compete anymore at all. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like at all, ever, and hardly.
That didn't give you an itch to be like, oh, maybe.
No. If in the years, it made me think. I bet there'd be another year with be so many injuries. Maybe I can do that one more time. But outside of that,
not a solo run.
And I got so many. Me and Ben Davidson, media cameraman, were joking we could just do RX Indy and then come back here help with Elite. But there's too many people to do anything like that.
We did shoulder. If you can transition on the shoulder, it's running faster. But the girls, like that. If you can do that really quickly, you'll probably do better. But some of the other girls were just like they were running probably the same speed with it here. I don't know how they were transitioning that way so quick. Yeah, whatever you're more comfortable with.
Did you squat with it on your shoulders? You squat with it?
The 9 I did here, but my squats here was so slow. So the other ones, I'm so much better here, so I just did that for the...
Did they call you for anything of touching the legs?
I don't think your arms can touch your legs. So I was just making sure it was like that. Like the bag can touch your legs. But I'm good with it like that.
Right, that's my only concern. I just don't know.
But if you can squat fast with it here, I just can't, it jacks up my QL on, like,
it's like a dog gets ready to take a dog.
It's fun though.
Yeah, it was fun. And make sure like there's a lady watching the transition, so make sure your feet are over. She'll be like, yep.
The start is 2 feet.
Yeah,
the other side's
side,
just one.
and then the other one you just have to touch the line.
Touch it.
They're gonna be.
I wasn't even looking. I was just like, yeah, see ya. Oh, everyone moves so quickly.
Yeah,
it's a race.
Yeah, I need a. Maybe it was my thumb, but I was like adjusting then going. I need to just scoop and go.
Good job. See you soon.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Don't mess it up, man.
Thanks, Peter.
How do I apply to be a coach at Underdogs? That's my.
You're in.
Advice. Okay.
Yeah, you're in. You're in.
That's my only input I'll ever have.
That's all you had to ask me. You're in.
Actually, if I was, it depends on the athlete. Some athletes I'd say like don't mess it up, but people like Ricky I'd say don't fuck it up.
That's good.
Yeah. You gotta know
Like
the
Sam
difference.
Quant, don't F it up.
Yeah.
You gotta know the difference between your athletes.
That's positive reinforcement.
Someone who's
I like
like, you know,
don't fuck it up.
If I was to coach someone like an Emma Carey, I'd just say like, be careful.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Be careful.
You gotta zone it towards who you're talking to.
Careful. Open.
Ricky, I asked you the other day about Roman, and you kind of talked about it a bit. Do you talk much to other athletes? Obviously now with Dallin and Jason you do, but like in general?
Not heaps, to be honest.
You're not like texting, you're not in a text thread with...
Oh, no, not really, no.
Is there anyone, like, do you get on with everyone?
Yeah, we all get on. We only really talk like when we're lining up in the crowds and stuff. It seems to be the place where everyone talks the most.
Are there a few that you're like, fuck's sake, when you see them coming over?
Nah, not really. Yeah. No. I don't really go out of my way to talk much, but if people come up to me, I'll say some stuff or whatever. But it's always a bit more of a laugh in a team. You can kind of joke around a bit. Individual's a bit more serious.
If someone comes up and talks to you before, say in the corral of the games, are you like, no?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. It's more like if the crowd comes up and asks for photos or stuff when it's close to go time, then it's like, no, we'll do it after.
Do you ever?
But with the athletes, it's alright.
Do you ever try and like fuck with anyone a little bit in the corral and be like, probably going broken on this or anything like that?
A little bit. If they ask me like questions.
Do you ever tell the truth when they ask you?
Nah.
Are you hanging around after this, like Miami?
Nah, we're flying to Utah tomorrow.
What's in Utah?
The Relight, Redmond Relight, the salts hydration drink that sponsor me.
Oh, okay.
Gonna go hang out with them for a week in Utah.
That's cool.
Got a bit of an itinerary schedule. They're gonna show us around, do some fun stuff. Check out the mine underground where they get the salt.
Cool.
Chill out. Check out the snow.
Oh yeah. It's kind of weird when you're here and you're going to be in the same country and there's going to be snow.
It's crazy. It'll be like the coldest weather I've ever experienced. Let's go home. Third place. What are we coming overall? Third as well?
That's what we do.
I haven't updated yet. So 5? So you're still 4th? Oh yeah, you're 24 points behind.
That was pretty impressive, man.
Fuck. Quick one, eh?
Yeah. I kind of talked to you about it a little bit at the games, but
yeah,
we were kind of walking and talking.
Yeah.
The transformation you've had in the last 2 years is fucking nuts.
Man, with all of the sports that I've done, I've never really been that good off the bat. Except for maybe my first sport, which is gymnastics. I was pretty good off the bat. But other than that, it's always been like a little bit better each year, And I think maybe 4 years ago, I tried to go individual and I just wasn't really there yet. And like
I think at that point you have to make a decision, like, am I done? Or like, what am I gonna do to change? And I think that for me, it was no longer feeling like, I knew I wasn't quite ready to compete individually, but I knew I was on a great progression from where I had started. And I felt confident that I'm a smart enough athlete that if I kept doing the right things, I would eventually get to where I'm trying to go. And so it's been really great for me the last 2-3 years to really be able to, I think, clean up some weaknesses, come into my own a little bit, and just feel confident enough to know that I can come to competition like this, where this is my 5th year, I think, doing Wodapalooza. My first one was in 2017, like barely making the elite division on like a team, to like vying for a podium spot and like maybe top of the podium. And so it's really nice and like humbling for me to know that just being okay with the athlete that I am, that it's not going to come from me right away, and just kind of chipping away, you know, 11th, 10th, 4th, 2nd, hopefully one more spot this year. But I think along the way, maybe I stopped having fun for a while, just putting a lot of pressure on myself. And I think coming into this year, my big goal was to like make sure I like refound my enjoyment of doing this, and I've definitely found that in the last 6 months. And as life goes, some things are going great, some things are going shit, and that's just kind of how life goes. But makes you really appreciate, always grateful the opportunity of like I get to do something that's really unique, something I really enjoy, and kind of checks a lot of boxes for me. Like I get to travel a bunch, I get to meet a lot of cool people, and that for me has always been like the dream. And so I don't really stress too much now about like, oh, like I have to be individual to like whatever, do the thing. But I feel good. I'm in a good spot, and really enjoying competing with Noah and Chan this weekend. They're obviously, like I said, every time, like they're legends. They like to say that I'm like,
yeah, but it's like they're really, like they're obviously really good and they're legends and etc. But like, I don't think they'd be doing as well as they were if it was somebody else and not you that was on the team, because I think
that means a lot. Thank you.
You've changed. So like, you were a specialist in the sport,
absolutely.
And there was always those workouts that it was like, all right, who's finishing second behind Tola?
Right.
But it was probably never workouts you wanted to be involved in that conversation about. Do you know what I mean? It was probably never the classic CrossFit ones. No. You were like, why is nobody saying about me or whatever?
Yeah.
But now, especially on team, like you've sort of molded yourself, I think, into like a perfect team athlete who can...
I pride myself on that, and I think being on a team, like the hardest part about being on team is being a good teammate, being able to mold yourself into any position. And I think I've kind of fell into that. I'm still working, of course, on a few things, as we all are, but if you look at this weekend, there is a heaviest barbell we had, 165, nothing that I would particularly say is like major in my wheelhouse. No snatches, no like super heavy power clean and jerks or anything like that. So to be doing as well as we are really kind of gives me that just confidence going into the season that like no matter what comes up, I might not be the best, but I'm going to be able to be there for my team.
I think, and from speaking to others like Joshua and other people, Jorge and those guys, it's like that one of the biggest roles that you have, or that a team member has, is like that kind of unspoken thing of like, say in your case, different in that last workout, but in your case being like, oh, Chandler needs a rest, without him needing to turn around and say, Tola, I need a rest.
Yeah, for sure. We had actually an instance yesterday on the Worm where in training we didn't do a set of 30 clean and jerks, but it's something I know. I'm like, hey, like we should definitely call go on every rep, but just so you know, when you call go, you're going to be extra fatigued and you're not going to realize it, and then it's going to hit you. And Chan's like I have the biggest, some of the biggest lungs here. I'm going to be good. 20 reps in, you can just see it. You sometimes it's body language, sometimes it's just like a glaze of the eyes. And I was like, no, you call. And it's just like that little break for him to be like, oh, thank God, I don't have to scream anymore. And it's really hard for a lot of us. Like we want to do it all the time, but sharing the responsibility is another skill that you have to be okay with, especially on a team. And I think I'm a good responsibility sharer.
So the plan this year then, you're basing yourself in Miami?
I am. I actually just moved 1 week ago yesterday. So it's been a big week. Drove 16 hours from Maryland with my car packed up, ordered a bed, had it at Noah's ready to go. So I moved in, and pretty much all week I've been juggling getting my apartment kind of set up and getting some practice in with the guys. But really happy to have some downtime after this weekend and be able to like settle in, get used to Miami, and then we have an awesome team this year. As long as everything works out, to be able to, you know, communicate with the team, communicate with our coach on, for us, it's like, okay, we don't need to be ready for the Open. We don't need to be ready for quarterfinals. Like, our fitness is going to carry us there. What are the little things we can do in the still a little bit of off season for us to make sure we're, number one, healthy, moving well, and just having a good time being together. And so that's what I'm really focused on over the next few months. Part of my plan, actually, over the summer, I went to Norway for a few days. I was talking with those guys for a few years about like potentially moving there. Like, I love to move, I love to be in other places, potentially going team there. Things just weren't quite as lined up as I wanted them to be, so I was a little hesitant. And Lena was set on moving out of Norway, coming to Miami to compete with Noah. Originally, Noah and Chan were going to go on a team, but you know, Noah's East Coast, Chandler's West Coast. That's a big move. They both have wives and trying to start families. And Noah reached out to me, and I was like, you know, I'll move. Like, that's what I do. Like, I'm happy to do it. This is what I think we need for the team. This is what I think we need to work on. And for him to take my opinion and to, like, take it seriously was like a big part for me. Like, I feel like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to team, and he's really kind of let me lead the way a little bit in getting our team together, and also working with our coach for this year is going to be Joachim. He's a Krieger training head coach, and working with now starting next week, we're all going to be under him, like programming for us, training and working. It's just a working relationship. Like, hey, I see Matsi needs to work on this. I think, you know, if she works on this with me for a few months, like, she's going to have a big improvement here, and he'll look at what I'm saying, and then we can just really work together, so that, like, the goal is for us all to get better together. And so I'm really excited for the season. And
last year you came pretty close to winning the Open. Are you tempted to be like, screw it, I'll do it again?
No, not even a little bit. It was actually funny. I was talking about this the other day. Like, after the second workout, I had done it the first time, and I'm like texting Nick. I was like, hey man, I think I might do the workout again. Like, I'm looking at the leaderboard right now, and I think if I can hit this score on the first part and like match my thruster, I think I'll be top 5. And he's like, yeah, okay man, whatever. And then like 2 days later, he's like, hey, you should definitely redo the workout. Like, you actually did the math right. Like, yeah. And we did that, and then I ended up just getting a layup on the last one. Like, sometimes it works like that. Perfect workout for me. Heavy snatches, gymnastics capacity. I knew it was going to be a long shot to beat Jeff, obviously. Turns out he was the fittest man in the world.
Good call.
But I was, for me, it wasn't about like, oh, I'm going to win the Open. It was just kind of fun for me to be like, hey, like, look at the progression. I've never considered myself an Open athlete. When I take a top 50 in the Open.
Men's Masters 45-49 Heat 22. Please check in. Men's Masters 45-49 Heat 22. Please check in.
Top 50, top 100 in the Open means I'm competitive enough to be on a team and like really stick with the top level guys. But to get the chance to just get some workouts that ended up being really great for me and get a second was just kind of like, okay, we're doing something right. Yeah, so that was cool.
That's cool, man. Congrats.
Thanks, brother.
2020 Wodapalooza here, January, February, and it was same as it always is. That year actually was the first and only time that I ever had like a Happy But Hungry booth. And every day I would go hang out there for like an hour and take pictures, meet people, and so it was maybe the most I'd interacted with a number of humans. And COVID, coronavirus, like whispers had started. I remember hearing something on the news, and
we were all in that stage where it was like, no, that's China.
Yeah, exactly. And then I met somebody and I said, where are you coming in from? That's one of the questions I asked her. We're like, oh, China. Oh, great. And then a couple weeks later, super duper sick, don't know. They like didn't have the tests at the time. I have to imagine it was that or just the flu from being in contact with so many people. But it was interesting once it finally was a thing. I was like, oh, for sure, so there's no way it didn't spread there.
Do you sanitize your hands all the time then after?
My germophobia intensifies around competition time, just because I feel like if you get sick before a competition, that you're not optimally prepared. So try to wash my hands a bunch and eat good food, get good sleep.
I was speaking to Tola.
Who's that? That guy.
He's I was talking about his transformation from like specialist individual athlete who could set records in certain events, be lost in the field in other events, to being like what I would consider like the perfect team athlete.
Yeah,
of like,
I hope so.
He has no holes. He's like, his conditioning is incredible. His gymnastics has always been incredible. His lifting is nuts.
Yeah.
Like when you send him a text, then he's like, yeah, okay. Are you like, oh my God, that's perfect?
It's kind of a funny story because Chandler and I had been planning on doing team together this year for a while.
Yeah.
It didn't end up working out because they really like it out in California. Yeah. We love it here in Miami. So before we had decided we weren't going to do it together, we had sent a list of guys and girls to consider for our team, Chandler and I.
Yeah.
And for potentially recruiting a second team to move down to Miami to train with all year.
Oh, yeah.
On that list, I had put Tola. And Chandler wrote in the note, Tola's the best guy in the sport for this.
Yeah.
If you can get him to commit to team, you should take him over me. Playfully, Chandler is saying that while he and I are still considering being teammates. And so once Chandler decided he was going to stay in Cali, I reached out to Tola and got him locked up. And it was funny because now Chandler and I are probably going to end up going head to head. And he was the one that said, dude, if you can get Tola, you should get Tola. So here we are.
I think it's a solid call.
For sure. No, it's going to be awesome. Tola said something last night, which admittedly I didn't hear. We had, on the drive home, Chandler asked what's one song that you know all the lyrics to. And I was rapping my heart out to it very loudly in the car. And Tola was saying goodbye. And Joanne, later when we were walking, Max was like, that was really cute what Tola said when we got home. And I was like, oh, I actually didn't really hear him. What did he say? And she said, he said, that was really fun. We're going to have a great season together. I'm looking forward to it. Or something along those lines. And I was like, oh, that is really cool. And I agree. I think we are going to have a great time together.
Was the piece you added in there about the rap, that was just, you just wanted to show off the fact that you were rapping on the
a little bit, yeah.
How did you even know? Kind of irrelevant to the story.
How did you know it was a rap? It was
you said I was rapping my heart out.
I did say that. I did say that.
What was it?
It was the first song I ever heard Drake on. It's a song with Lil Wayne called Ransom. You can only, it's like only on YouTube, maybe SoundCloud or something, but Drake, Lil Wayne, Ransom.
I gotta say, I wasn't expecting that music choice from Noah.
I'm a big hip hop guy, believe it or not. Yeah,
big hip hop guy.
Yeah.
You finished?
One more.
Where are you sitting?
Second.
Mixed female teams. We are missing team.
What's
Daddy loves
what's the gap ahead?
35 points.
And the gap behind?
Real.
No, the gap ahead is gone. The gap behind is 35 points.
Okay.
So I'm guaranteed podium.
Who's ahead?
The guy, Ruud Burger. It's a funny story. He came over to me on the first day on Friday and was like, oh, hello, Mickey. And I said, yeah. And I go, have you went yet? And he was like, no, and he was all surprised. So then I knew a guy here. I spoke to him. I says, who's the guy? Oh, he won the games last year. I was like, all right.
Just for fun. Please check.
I didn't know who he was. Like, so I never apologise. Like, look, sorry, but yeah. So he's ahead. So yeah, it's a good weekend.
What's left?
So the beaded, just hell. Really.
You were saying your hamstring was sore yesterday.
Yeah, so I tweaked it. So I was worried about the snatches. I got through that okay. The clusters at the end, I'll just have to kind of go down, stay in the squat, pull into my shoulders, stand up. So it should be okay. Like, it's nothing really. I'm lucky the way the wads fell yesterday that the run was last. Like, I couldn't lift.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to lift off the floor. Like, so it's like a strain, not a tear. Hopefully, so I have one more left. I can be sore tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And you're hanging around after this?
Yeah, we're here to Thursday, so we'll do. The kids, my wee girl's just been on every reel going in the swimming pool, so we'll be here for the Thursday. We're here all day today, and then do the Everglades and stuff till the Thursday.
What time's your last event at?
In 30 minutes.
Okay.
20 minutes.
On Flagler?
Tina Hills.
Okay, yeah.
Tina Hills, yeah, so last one.
Cool. Good luck, man.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Yeah. You guys like founded the app. So my picks. So having having been burned by you twice now.
What else did you pick as
The run.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you do well on the run.
You clearly, you don't know the stats of our team that well.
Honestly, I don't. I was asked yesterday,
really quick,
oh, who are you picking for the team, for the run? And I said, you guys and Max Lift. And they were like, why them? And I was like, because they're 6 solid Australians. So I just figured they'll just win it because they're Australian, right? And they were like, oh, they got a runner. I was like, I don't know, but they're Australian. Yeah.
I'm actually quite, humbled that he picked us for a sandbag win. But I think that's hilarious too.
Humbled, and it's a mixture of like humble, pity, disgust, confusion. Yeah, a lot of
watching it, I'm like, oh no. Well, we'll give you a hot tip. Probably don't vote for us for this next one. What do you mean? Well, assault boat.
You know what? It's that kind of lack of confidence that's holding you guys back.
It is not. It is my physical output capability at this moment in time, but I'll still do my best.
Are you allowed to put 2 people sitting on the bike?
I hope so. We could probably fit. 2 of us.
One on each pedal.
I'll probably still find a way to drag Christy down.
And you'll be on the pedals?
Yeah.
Royce was telling me yesterday that you're going team again.
Yes, that is the plan.
With a child and Barney.
A small child? With our son.
He's not, I wouldn't call him a small child. a quite large child.
Yeah, Jack Jeffrey. He trains with us in Brisbane, so he's a good young lad. He's only, I think, like 22, so he'll come with me, Mans, and Royce.
Was he like your sub last year, or was he just training with you last year?
No, he's just trained with, he's trained with Royce, I think, for a few years, and with me for the last couple of years since I moved down to Brisbane. But he actually competed at the Pro on a team last year, and they just missed out on qualifying. They got 4th, and they missed out by like 2 points or 1 point, so they're really close. And then when we got home from the games this year, Jack was keen to go back team, and Royce and I were still like figuring out what we were doing, and had to chat to Mans, and then with Swanee having his elbow surgery and stuff. We just thought we'd give Jack a run this year and see how it goes.
Yeah, and I guess many people have fallen into that mistake in the past where you spend a small bit of time with Swanee and you think, oh, he's kind of cool, and then after a prolonged period you're like, fuck, I hope he breaks his elbow again, I'm sick of this shit.
No, I loved Swanee. Swanee, he was really good value on the team. He made things so lighthearted, and he's really good value to be around.
Yeah.
So he definitely will be missed. So it's so unfortunate though, overseas until what happened last year, but that's competition, and that's what happens sometimes when you're an athlete and you're trying to ride the line with training and managing injuries, and it's
hard as well when you're going in with high hopes and then you're limited straight away.
And I mean, even because it happened before the games too, so we were kind of going into the games with how long are we going to last? Yeah. But oh well, it's still and Royce and I both said this, and Marnie, and last year was honestly it was the best season I've had. I mean, each season is great for different reasons, but last season I loved it, even though our performance at the games wasn't what we wanted. It was the training sessions that we had together that made it, and it was so much fun.
Are you going to stay in Europe? Your plan?
Yeah, but I will stay here for 2 weeks after Wodapalooza to go to my coach in Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. And
how's that going?
It's good. Yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah.
And is he your handler or whatever here, or is Mika doing that?
Micah has been more of that person, but obviously Matt is supporting whatever. Yeah.
When he doesn't need to walk his dog or...
Yeah, exactly.
So you've moved coach and program. Does that make you excited or nervous, or a mix of the two about change is kind of hard, I guess?
It's hard, yeah, because also it wasn't my call really.
Yeah.
So it's obviously tough decision, but right now I'm just super excited because it's also so different. Because first I was thinking of getting someone else in Europe or in my area, but getting someone in the States is just completely different, and I'm just excited to see what that can bring, and yeah.
Cool. Your arms tight.
A little bit. It's been a long weekend.
I overheard someone else saying that you're not allowed to wear grips.
What is it?
I overheard someone else saying you're not allowed to wear grips.
Really?
But that you were told in the briefing.
I'm not actually going to wear them. They're just there.
And think that constitutes wearing them, though.
No, in case something happens and I have to, you know. Yeah.
So you're gonna wear them or not wear them?
At least they're dry.
Not as bad as you expected, or worse than you expected?
No, they're not as bad because the rain like soaked them, washed all the blood off them.
You literally lift that and your arms extended are at my head. That's all I'm throwing on that.
Yeah, plate too. It's like an extra inch. Yeah. So if you're on a plate, it's like an extra inch.
The oxygen is also not as thin for her.
Yeah.
She's so much lower.
Wait, she's getting more too. How do you hold the front, right?
You can hold them however you want. I can't hold it this way because if I step,
You hit. Can you hold it anyway?
yeah. Because then if I hold it this way, I have to like curl to get it off.
Is your enthusiasm waning a little bit?
Hmm?
Is your enthusiasm waning a little bit?
Waning. What does that mean?
Dropping.
No, I'm still like 100%. Right on that.
It's really coming through.
It's good. What do you mean? I feel awesome. I feel like fucking fresh right now. Like,
Day one.
like, let's redo this whole comp again. I'm ready for it. No, I'm fucked.
I saw you bring up your shrug celebration yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I don't guess, whatever.
Can I make a request that in one of the next 2 workouts, or at some stage of the season,
Yeah.
you inexplicably and unexpectedly insanely over celebrate something, like go nuts.
I'm not good enough to do that, dude.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It'd
it
be
does.
so out of character that it would be hilarious. People would be like, what's he doing?
I think-
Especially if you're like second.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting into the celebration spirit at Rogue when on the slide, and I was getting crushed in that workout. I did a little celebration on the side, and most people were like, you should spend more time doing exercise. Like, yeah, you know what? You're right. If I was looking at somebody else do this, I would make fun of them too. So I tried not to do things I would make fun of if it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And generally celebrations kind of fit within that. If you win the whole thing, then you can celebrate. But
Yeah.
I've never won the whole thing. So.
But I just also think that leaning in, it's like, say you don't win this next one, say you're last across, if you're the last member of your team to cross,
Yeah.
and you know that 2 other teams have crossed, and you're like, like,
It could. It's the pictures that can't tell the difference, you know. So you get a cool picture out of it when you celebrate, regardless. So maybe that is
Yeah.
the move. I need to be more influencer thinking, you know.
and it's all about in-jokes, in my mind. The things that I
If-
find
if we
funny
share
that
it,
other
yeah.
people don't know it's a joke.
As long as we laugh, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So you'll do it.
I'm not the last guy, so I can't do it for this one. Maybe the next one.
Suddenly it's like, oh, I can't talk with my mouth full, sorry.
I gotta get these carbs in, man. I've been chit-chatting this whole time. Gotta kind of remember. It's funny in competition, like you have the highs, but then you gotta immediately turn around and kind of forget about it, even if it was something really good. So trying to lock back in for this next one.
Apparently there's a rain delay.
There is a rain delay? What are they delaying? The rain?
I'm gonna wait until tomorrow.
Well, my flight's at 7 a.m., so that ain't happening.
It's just showing the sea at the moment, and they called the last heat of women about 10 minutes ago, so there's nobody out there.
Well.
Are you like, shit, that ibuprofen's gonna wear off?
Nah, I'm attaining that. I ain't that old.
I am.
I'm a spring chicken, baby. No one's taking me out.
Are you like hungrier than ever now this year because you missed last year?
You know, I don't know.
If I asked you before this competition started, would you have said yes?
No. I'm just at an indifferent spot right now. You know, we'll see what happens. If you asked me before Rogue, I would said I'm ready to take on the world. Right now, your boy just needs to get back in shape. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. See what the future holds.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Just, you're asking me deep questions. Like,
Are you trying to be mysterious or
serious now?
You're
No.
going again though, yeah.
Yep. Yep. But after the rain delay. So once the rain delay is done, then I'll be ready.
I meant.
No, I don't. Who's the one person you hate in CrossFit?
There's a rain delay. There's a rain delay.
I mean,
So slow your roll with your warm up.
I don't even want to start warming up.
Just wing it. That's what I always do.
Sit there for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's about to be a white t-shirt contest.
Listen,
Let's get out
Where's
there.
Pat?
I never warm up.
Huh?
And look where it's gotten me.
It is like, you never warm up. He never warms up.
No. Look where it's gotten me.
That's why you just said you take all the ibuprofen.
Yeah. That's why my hips are really sore right now.
My
That's
hips
why I
feel
can't
pretty
scratch
good.
the back of my head. Yeah, I joined your white t-shirt legion for today.
You're in the right group, bud. Join the right group there.
I couldn't find the shorts, but they're kind of pastel-y.
It's close enough.
Yeah. So
I
if
feel like
Pat,
they're a little short. I don't like it.
if Pat doesn't show up, I
You're
got
filling
you.
in.
I got
Thank you.
And I don't need a
You
warm
gonna
up.
push
so
the bike?
I don't need to warm up, so I'm really good.
No.
How many
Be
calories?
ready.
How many calories are on the bike?
24?
I could do that.
3
but
times?
I won't be able to do anything else afterwards.
Sorry.
BK, I just asked. I just asked Travis, is he hungrier than ever after missing out last year? He just goes, well, I don't know. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
I mean, but I feel like, right, like going into Rogue, I was fired up.
Yeah.
So, right, it's just different times of year.
And I mean, you did
I'm coming off the holidays.
Madrid Championships. Did
Yeah,
fucking
coming off
amazing.
the holidays, man. Don't judge me right now. Don't look so far ahead. Don't look so far into the future. Be present. You start being present here.
Yeah.
You know, that's your problem. BK's fired up more than ever.
I am.
Look out, can't you tell?
I feel like he only has one mode.
What mode is that?
You know, like when the Terminator switches to kill.
Well, I mean, after last year games, like it's
Pretty good tasting.
yeah.
I was so satisfied. Everything went so well.
Ah, there he is. You don't have to fill
Oh, shit, thank God.
Your lucky day.
How long did that take, bro? Do you remember? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a completely different workout. Is it body weight? Body weight lunges? Body weight reverse lunge?
Jumping.
I think it was at 24.
That's a lot of reps. Like, that's just time.
There's no reason to bike park.
Yeah.
Zero reason to bike park.
24 reverse lunges. How long do you think that takes?
I'm gonna call. 3, 2,
Time, right?
let me at least go flat.
3, 2,
Assuming weight, yeah.
1, go. Yeah. I'll just order by the time
Let's go, Travis!
shoulder over there. Still like a minute. Still a minute. So wait, what's the word? Similar. But it's also. I think that lunge is going to get harder. The lunge is going to change it. And even the shoulder to overhead's like more aerobic. At least you get a break after that.
Hey.
Did you hear the changes? They changed the workout?
Lunges and shoulder to overhead.
Yeah. Do you know the
24
reps?
and 12.
Where did they come up with those numbers from?
This has been their contingencies for the last 3 months.
Okay. Okay.
I'll tell you what, I'll change it. You complain about it.
Yeah.
I saw some photos and footage of you and Brent having like a prolonged conversation at the end of the last workout.
Yeah.
What were you talking about?
He just come up and said to me that he never thought he'd forgive me for what I did. And he said, but now I do.
That's cool.
Respect you for coming back, and you're good for the sport. And just said, like, good on you, dude. Keep it up. So it's pretty nice of him.
You didn't have to do it, like.
Meant a lot, yeah. It's cool.
That's cool.
Very appreciative of that.
And what did you say? If I feel like, did you just say back like, what? Can't hear.
Can't understand you.
What you call me? Have you had a lot of that recently, or is that an outlier?
Nah, that's an outlier, really.
Really?
Yeah. I had maybe a couple people say similar sort of stuff early on, but not as in depth as what he said.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you deserve it, man. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.